So you just finished Edge Runners and completed a mandatory cycle of crying yourself to sleep for a week straight. Great. Now you're sitting in front of a computer thinking, maybe I should play the game that it's based off, Cyberpunk 2077. I'm sure it's just as good as the anime, right? Well, no. But it's also not bad, and by not bad I mean pretty fucking fun. If you watched the anime and thought that you too wanted to live in Night City and be an edge runner, doing gigs for money and driving around, then this game is for you. The game offers a beautiful map in the form of Night City, which is honestly one of the best cities I've seen in any game ever. The city lighting and design just makes it feel very futuristic, and as someone who's very much a huge fan of sci-fi, it's like a dream come true. I cannot stress enough just how amazing Night City looks. I've had so much fun simply driving around the city admiring it, and I think there are tons of games with amazing maps like GTA 5 or Watch Dogs, but Night City just hits different. I think a lot of it has to do with the coloring and scale, but I'm not a professional designer, so I can't say for sure. Now let's talk about the story and gameplay. If you want to see your favorite characters from the anime in the game, well, you're out of luck. None of the main cast ever appears in the story, with occasional mention of them once in a while. The most you can do is to get David's jacket from a side quest that you're able to do once you play a bit of the main campaign. The only person you ever encountered that was in the anime is Adam Smasher, who's also way less cool in the game than he was in the anime. 2077 occurs after the events of the anime, but has a story completely independent of it. It does not continue the story of Edge Runners in any way, but instead starts a new journey following a new cast of characters. The story itself is pretty interesting, at least in my opinion, with a decent handful of choices for you to pick from that actually affects the story. I wouldn't say it's a crazy good story, but I feel it does its job well as a game story, and I was pretty invested towards the end of the story at least, and I ended up liking most of the characters. I will say the characters itself are pretty well written in that regard. The actions in the game actually result in certain consequences, which adds to the immersion, which is the thing I really like. One thing that was kind of disappointing though was the fact that if you kill any NPCs, they simply just respawn. I could see there being a problem if you kill the important NPC and being soft locked, but I would have liked to see them do something different, like getting a replacement NPC for them or something along those lines. I don't know. Now in terms of cyberware and weapons, I'm a little bit disappointed. There's a decent variety of weapons, but most of them are basically the same thing, split into the normal few categories: SMGs, assault rifles, pistols, yada yada. Cyberware is even worse, given only a few different options, while the rest are pretty much just reskins and repeats. Pretty much every other NPC you see around you looks way cooler than you could ever be. Just a little bit sad since I really wanted to make a goofy looking character for myself. Vehicles are also a bit lackluster. Don't get me wrong, they're all really cool, but there's a lack of choices and it's pretty obvious. For a futuristic cyberpunk type game, I would like to see a few more sci-fi looking vehicles. We can't purchase any flying vehicles for one, which is really disappointing since even GTA 5 had them. And they exist in the game, it's not like they don't. The NPC police literally use flying vehicles. There's also almost no weaponized vehicles, besides a couple used in NPC side quests, but you can't purchase them, which is kinda weird since they're already in the game. I really expected more cool and weaponized vehicles, but it might just be me. Overall, I think Cyberpunk is a good pickup if you just want to experience Night City showing the anime. The world is pretty much exactly as portrayed, save for the cyberware customization. If you wanted to hop on hoping for a continuation of the story or more freedom in the game, then this might not be for you. If you're simply a fan of the anime, I think you should pick this up, at least during a sale. The normal price is a little bit high, but I think for a half sale, maybe at least a 50% sale, this is a really good pickup, and I think most people would enjoy it at its current state. Not the release state, its current state, as they fix most of the bugs that you've heard about and stuff like that. Yeah, I'll recommend picking it up.